Hello everybody, it's your boy Noah, aka Mac of Football, and this is the football channel where I bring you daily content straight to your screens. Now before we start the video, I would just want to ask you, if you enjoy my content or like it, please just check out more of my videos on the channel, maybe even subscribe, that would be very nice. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So first up, it's Saul Niguez, and I just don't understand it. What was the point of this transfer? I feel like at least Liverpool or Manchester United should go in for him. But anyway, Chelsea bought him on his one-season loan for £5 million, and I think, yes, it's worth the money. I mean, he's a great midfielder. You think about just a couple years ago, this man was signing a lifetime contract with Atletico Madrid. But over the last couple of seasons, he's been on a bit of a dip in form and sort of a downfall. You know, last season, he played a whopping 41 games, only scored twice, only made 1 assist, and got 12 yellow cards. I mean, that's not what Chelsea are going to be looking for in a player. And plus, Chelsea have already so many great midfielders. You know, N'Golo Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic, and way more. So I'm not sure whether he'll be able to get as much game time as he'd like with the Blues. But although I don't think he'll get as much game time, I still think he will be a good player. And Thomas Tuchel, I think he'll know how to use Saul, and he'll fit really well into the squad. To be quite honest, I don't think Chelsea are going to be missing and having a funeral for that £5 million. And plus, he does have a high player profile. You know, we've seen how good he can play, especially a couple years ago. So that's why I'm going to rate this signing a 3.5 out of 5. Now on to Odsonne Edouard. Nah, that doesn't sound right. I need to say it with a French accent. How about this? Edouard. That is definitely more like it. But yeah. The Crystal Palace got this guy for a whopping £14 million, which is an absolute steal for this guy. Patrick Vieira has done some absolute great business this summer, you know, signing the likes of Conor Gallagher on loan, you know, Marc Cucarella, you know, Michael Olise, and now Odsonne Edouard, who I think will actually get a lot of goals for the Eagles. He came from the Scottish side, Celtic, and in my opinion, he is their best player. You know, when I look at Odsonne Edouard, I genuinely think he could fit in to a top 6 team, or maybe even potentially be a starter. You know, people were talking about him only about a month ago, saying he would be able to be the starting striker alongside Jamie Vardy or alongside Iheanacho for Leicester, and he's going to a side like Crystal Palace, which is going to be even easier. You know, he's going to be the star player for them. In 11 appearances so far this season, he scored 3 goals, made 2 assists, and that's actually pretty decent. So I do think this will be a very, very good transfer, and that's why I'm going to rank it 4 out of 5. Now onto the new Hammers signing from Spartak Moscow, and it's actually Alex Crowl. Now this is a season-long loan, and he is actually from the Czech Republic, and West Ham, they seem to love their players from the Czech Republic. You know, I could name just a few, you know, Kufal, Souček, and they've been massive successes. And actually Souček went on a year-long loan, so the same could maybe happen for Alex Kral. He is a great player in my opinion. He's a midfielder, he likes to play in this sort of DM role, but he can also push up a bit in centre mid. And I think that versatility is really going to work well for the Hammers, who might have some injury problems. And I do think, obviously this is a prediction, but I genuinely do think he will succeed. So that is why I'm going to actually say a 4.5 out of 10. They will sign him on a permanent deal at the end of the season, and he will be one of West Ham's best players. I'm telling you right now. So this is probably the best business Barca have done all summer, and it is them actually selling Emerson Royal for £25 million to Tottenham Hotspur. Barca were actually lucky enough, back when he was playing for Real Betis, to have a buyback clause on him, and by the time they bought him, he was worth £22 million. They bought him this summer for £12 million and then sold him on for 25 mil. Emerson Royal, sounds like I'm talking about a video game like Battle Royale. But yeah, Emerson, he is a right back who loves to push forward. You know, last season with Real Betis, he played 38 games and got 6 goal contributions, which is actually quite good. So if he can form a great connection with whoever's going to play right wing, that could be really, really good for Spurs. Also, he's only 22 and already he's probably better than Aurier, Doherty and Tanganga. So for me, I think he's going to play a lot, and this is a 4 out of 5. Now on to Daniel James. how is this guy worth £25 million with £5 million in add-ons? I just can't believe it. Obviously, Daniel James, he is a young right winger who is turning 24, I believe, next month. So he's currently 23 right now. And he just signed 2 Leeds from Manchester United. And I do think this is going to be a good buy. You know, money-wise, I think he's not worth it. You know, I would say we could actually probably lose a profit on him. I'd say he's about worth £15 million, and we bought him for £60 million just a couple seasons ago. So I really don't understand why Leeds are going for that sum. So money-wise, it is not worth it. But I do think he will suit the squad, you know. I think he will fit the squad really well. You know, he's very, very versatile. He can play on both flanks. And I do think that Marcelo Bielsa is really going to enjoy having him on his squad. So for me, I do think it is a 3 out of 5. I reckon it could have been a 3.5 out of 5, but money-wise, that's why. Now, I just can't believe Brighton pulled this off, and the transfer I'm talking about is the £15.4 million transfer with the ex-La Masia man from Getafe, Marc Cucarella. I mean, this guy is actually really good. I could genuinely see him in a couple years being the best left back, or at least one of the best left backs in the Premier League. But yeah, he can play anywhere on the left side, and I think that would really come in handy for Brighton. I'm not sure where Solly March is going to come into this, but Marc Cucarella, I mean, La Masia project, he's 28 times better than Solly March. 15.4 million is an absolute steal for him. As I said, graduate from La Masia, and he is just a great left back all round, and also he is really young. 4.5 out of 5. Now on to the biggest transfer of the day by a mile, and my favourite one is Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, what the hell? As I said in my last video, go give it a watch. If someone told me that we were going to sign Cristiano Ronaldo a month ago, I would have said, shut up mate, get out, and I would have actually walked out the room quicker than him. We've managed to get this deal so quickly, and Cristiano Ronaldo is back home. You know, Manchester City fans, I can't lie, I hate to hate on fans here because it's a football channel for all the fans, but you look like schmucks. I just, you do, I really can't lie. And we've got Cristiano Ronaldo back home, so that's the main thing. £12 million it cost for the best player of all time, or at least one of, to join Manchester United. I mean, this guy outscored Lukaku last season at the old age of 36 while Lukaku's on his peak. Like, I genuinely think he will be up there with Harry Kane, with Romelu Lukaku, and it's an absolute steal. I mean, £12 million. Think of him a couple of years ago. He was worth 150 mil. It's crazy, and I still think, although his age, he will shine for Manchester United, and he will play like he did for us back in the first stint. I'm sorry, but it is a 5 out of 5. West Ham have actually been doing some pretty good deals this deadline day, and this is their second signing of the video, and it's Nikola Vlasic. Now, this guy actually plays in the Russian Premier League, or whatever it's called. He's 23 years of age, from Croatia, and he can play an attacking midfield role. I mean, this guy is actually really good. I mean, we were talking about him on stream, and my dad just came upstairs. He was like, he won Player of the Year in his league, and he's actually mental. And I was like, oh really? And then there were a couple West Ham fans in my chat. They were like, he must be a great player. And I'm looking at his career stats right now. He has played 248 games, scored 48 goals, and assisted 42. And that is some great stats. You know, the man's only 23, so he's still really, really young. And if you guys don't know, he's got Europa League experience, and he's actually played for Everton in the past. Now, he only played 12 games for Everton, and he was an absolute flop. And I just don't think it's going to happen with West Ham. I think he really does suit West Ham. And with David Moyes, with all his transfers, he's been spot on with them. All of them have ended up being great players. You know, even Jesse Lingard, which thousands of people were saying, why would West Ham get him? Why would West Ham get him? He's not good anymore. He's just dried up. they made him look like the best attacking midfielder in the league. 4 out of 10. Now on to a transfer I'm actually so excited about, and it's Antoine Griezmann and his return to Atletico Madrid. Now obviously this is a loan because obviously his main club is Barcelona, but they have the chance to sign him on a permanent for only £40 million. And I'm saying, what? I mean, you signed him for over £100 million, Barcelona did, only a couple seasons ago from Atletico Madrid. And it just shows how much money they have lost in signings, and I just can't believe it. I think this is possibly the second best transfer of the deadline day. I mean, this guy played 257 matches for Atletico Madrid, scored 133 and assisted 50. That's world-class stats. You know, back when he was in his last year with Atletico Madrid, he was saying that he was going to be above Lewandowski. That's what everyone was saying. And the Atletico fans, oh my gosh, they love him. Griezmann's back where he belongs. You know, the fans love him. It is literally no money compared to what they sold him to. And that's why I'm going to say it's a 4.5 out of 5. Now on to Real Madrid's transfer. And most of you were expecting me making this video 5 days ago, and you were expecting me to say Mbappe, but it's Camavinga. And I mean, I don't mind it, to be honest, because I'm not a Real Madrid fan, but in my opinion, I wouldn't if I was a Real Madrid fan, because I genuinely think you will get Mbappe either in January or the next summer. So I don't think it's a really big deal that you missed out with Mbappe, because you've actually got a midfielder who in 5 years time is going to be battling it out with Pedri for being the best midfielder in the world. I'm telling you now, you know, as a Manchester United fan, I've looked at this guy so much and his stats are just crazy. Camavinga is only 18 years old. That's 2 years until he turns 20, and I think this will be such a great transfer. You know, you look at Toni Kroos, you look at Modric. They are so old. What? Modric is 35, 36. Even Casemiro's, he's already in his peak years. So I think having a midfielder like Eduardo Camavinga takes so much weight off Real Madrid fans' shoulders that now they know they have a midfielder who will be able to step in when Modric finally retires. He came from Stade Rennais for only £35 million, which is an absolute steal for him, in my opinion. And he was actually starting for them since he was 16. I remember 2 years back, he had an absolute man of the match performance against PSG when he was 16, and everyone was going mental. And look at him now, he's signing for Real Madrid. And that's why I've got to say this transfer is a 4.5 out of 10. You know, he's always wanted to be at Real Madrid, which means he will stay here no matter what, I think, because he loves the club. 4.5 out of 5. Thank you everybody for watching. Please, if you like this video, click on my channel, just look at the videos I'm making, and if you like to look at them, subscribe so that when you're in your subscriptions tab, you can see if I've made a new one and hopefully check it out. But for now guys, I will see you later. It's been your boy Noah, aka Mac Football, and peace.